between the Clippers and the Nuggets as we take a look at tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Modelo Especial. The Clippers 18-3 over their final 21 games, led by Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Norman Powell, Chris Dunn, Ivica Zubac. The Nuggets, great continuity in that starting lineup with Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, and Christian Braun. Ryan Ruocco, Bob Myers, Angel Gray with you, about ready to go in a charged up Ball Arena. David Adelman, after just 3 games at the helm of the Nuggets as head coach in the regular season, coaches his first playoff game today. Meanwhile, Ty Lue coaches his 93rd. Here we go. Game 1 is underway. The Clippers win the tip. Crowd will stand here till the first Nuggets bucket. As Harden goes to the corner to Dunn. Dunn bounces, shot clock fading. Zubac leaves it short, but follows it up with a little hook.
Zubac, Ryan, with a career year so far. Fantastic. And he guards. This is fascinating to see how the Clippers are going to guard this guy right here. They're going to let Zubac guard him one-on-one. He's actually the best in the NBA at doing it.
He's held him to under 45% from the floor. Doing so, by far the best mark of anyone. Double comes this time. Porter alone. Connects.
They're going to run everything through that guy, Nikola Jokic, and they should. And when you double him with his size and skill, he's so good at finding open shooters.
And a good sign for Denver to have Porter hit that first one. Ty Lue told us Michael Porter Jr. is a key for them as Zubac stuffs it down. Said we really, in addition to transition defense, taking care of the basketball, we want to take a Michael Porter Jr. out of this series.
Yeah, and that's the risk when you double Jokic of leaving Porter and getting those guys going.
Or Jokic can do that.
Well, again, Jokic, career in points, in assists, in free throws, and also in three-point shooting percentage over 40%. You saw it right there.
Yeah, it's rare that you see a 3-time MVP somehow still on the ascent, but that's the case for Jokic in year 10 as Zubac gets another drop. How about the start to this game for Ivica Zubac, the first 6 points for the Clippers?
Well, Clippers are scoring pretty easily, but no surprise really there. Denver has the worst defensive efficiency of all the playoff teams, Ryan, so that's the area to watch. Can they somehow level up there?
Jokic guarded by Zubac. Jokic separates, can't dump it in. Tipped out, and Denver will control. Here's Murray, finds some space. Murray on the finish.
He's the guy that, in the history of the NBA, ups his scoring more than any player ever. That is not hyperbole. That is a fact.
Yes.
He goes up, 6-7 points in the playoffs.
Leonard hits the jumper. Yeah, it's so interesting because he's 1 and Jokic is 2 in the history of the NBA for point increase from regular season career average to playoff career average. Off the steal, here's Powell, and it's stripped from behind out of bounds. Knocked by Jokic, and it stays here with the Clippers. We mentioned David Adelman before. Fewest regular season games coached prior to first playoff game coached in NBA history after the stunning firings of Michael Malone and Calvin Booth at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, asked him before the game if he was a little bit nervous. He said, I'd be a sociopath if I wasn't, which is fascinating. But he seems composed. Not exactly how you draw it up, but he's been in this NBA a long time with his father as a coach, so he seemed pretty calm to me.
Harden can't finish there. Yeah, he said he has a good anxiety, trying to take the approach of, holy cow, this is awesome. I'm about to coach a big playoff game against the Clippers. Been an assistant with Denver since 2017. Here's Gordon fading and hitting.
A lot of ways for this Nuggets team to score. There's one right there. They're going to switch. They're going to post up Aaron Gordon again. Denver, the 4th best offense in the league. Where they struggle again is on defense, 21st in the NBA.
And a foul here will go against Denver. And the personal against Jamal Murray, his first. was very interesting. David Adelman's number one key for this series was bringing physicality with a high IQ. Said we cannot allow the Clippers to get to the line, not just because of what it'll do for them offensively, but the way it will slow down our flow as Powell buries the three.
And this Clippers team has built an identity, and Jeff Van Gundy's gotten a lot of credit for that, and they are the physical team. But Denver realizes they got to level up there if they want to stay competitive against this good Clippers offense.
Shot clock at 7. Murray, net by Harden. Shot clock at 3. Murray launches and hits.
Don't you love the shot making in the playoffs? I mean, this series is fast. If you're a basketball fan, this is 2 4-5s that could easily be in the Western Conference Finals.
100% as the kickball keeps it here. The top tier talent on both of these rosters is just extraordinary.
And you see right here, this is playoff basketball. You see how hard that shot is? There's no space there, and he points it. I don't know what he's pointing at, because Harden can do that to him too if he wants.
Maybe he's saying, good D, James.
Right.
Just
better offense.
Yeah, exactly. Powell separates in and out. Porter, the strong side rebound. Jokic and Zubac got tied up coming up the floor. Here's Murray. One more. Around it off. And Zubac the rebound. Murray averaged a career high 21.5 points per game this season. Really took off after a slow start. Here's Powell, fakes the 3, attacks, can't finish. Zubac there again. Ivica Zubac with 8 points already in the quarter.
Big key to this game is how they're going to stop dribble penetration, meaning the Nuggets. Can Christian Brown, can Jamal Murray, can they hold up on that point of attack from the Clippers perimeter players?
Porter too strong. Here's Harden off the rebound. We've seen the start of this game for Zubac, who's a real contender for all that.
This is the concern, right? Look, Clippers, it's a tight game so far, but the Clippers are getting very good looks at the basket here. Layups, points in the paint.
Here's Gordon. Short. Dunn the rebound. Harden. Oh, beautifully fed. Zubac extra feed, and Dunn storms in for the finish. What a gorgeous pick and roll in the execution from the Clippers, forcing a Denver timeout.